Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Crisp, the podcast. My name is Matthew Farrenby, and I'm here with my dad.
I'm Sonny Farrenby. Welcome.
Yeah, another episode. So, looks like within the last week, the new iPhone was just announced. I think last Tuesday. I don't know if you heard anything about that.
Well, actually, I think it was last night I saw a commercial. It's the iPhone 15, right?
Yeah, the 15.
Yeah. I saw the commercial and I was thinking, is it out? I didn't know that it's out, but I saw a commercial last night.
Yeah.
Talking about iPhone 15.
They have the event. How they usually do is they have the event like on a Tuesday, which was on a Tuesday this year, and then pre-orders start on Friday of that same week, and then it officially releases the next Friday.
Oh, so does that mean pre-order started this past Friday?
Yeah, this past Friday, and then it comes
so.
out officially this Friday is when it's going to be available in stores, and then people who pre-order, they get it.
They actually get it on Friday?
Yeah, they get it by Friday, or you can pick it up. If it's shipped, it will be delivered by Friday, or you can pick it up. I think I have heard people have gotten it a day earlier too, but usually they try to prevent, even if it's ready for delivery, to not get there until it comes out.
Yeah. And that's interesting. Do you know what are the changes? What's different?
Well, I mean, the big change is that it's no longer using the Lightning port. It's using USB-C now. So,
wait. Well, I don't use, in case you guys are wondering, I don't use iPhone anyway. Mm-hmm. So I thought because the new iPads already use the USB-C, so I thought that maybe the iPhone also is already using it.
No, the iPads have been using it the last 2 or 3 years, or maybe longer, since the iPad Pro, I think.
Okay.
But no, they just announced it because the main reason they had to do is there's a law in the EU that it was starting in 2024 that all the phones sold there have to use a standardized port or something like that, which was like USB-C, I think.
Okay.
So they tried to get ahead of it because it was by 2024, so they could have still used Lightning this year if they wanted to, but they decided to change it to USB-C. So
yeah, but if it depends on when in 2024, if the EU thing says every phone sold at the beginning of 2024, and 2024 is just 4 months away or so.
Yeah.
And they want to sell this new one in the new year.
Yeah, because iPhones are big in the US and then in the UK are like the two biggest places, I think.
Okay.
So
that's it. Just the
well, there's
USB-C?
other camera changes, and then
okay.
there's other smaller stuff, but that's the main hardware change, I guess.
Okay.
So
that's interesting. So are you thinking of getting one?
We'll see. I usually get the new one, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right. So what's happening in the rest of the world?
Yeah. So the U.S. Open tennis just got done about a week or two ago as well. Yeah. I think. So Coco Gauff is the
winner.
The champion for the women's, and then Djokovic is the winner for the men's, which I'm still surprised he hasn't retired yet. I think he's probably retiring somewhat soon. He seems kind of old.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. And I was watching, I think it was in the semifinal, I was watching the analysts speaking on I think it's ESPN, where they were carrying it. And some of them are actually saying it's getting better, that they're actually surprised.
Oh, wow.
That is, I think they say he's 36 years old now. And that's around the time, even before that age, that most tennis players, that they start kind of going down, even in their skill level.
Skill level, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But they said he's actually getting better. In fact, some of them said, I can't remember which year they compare him to. They said the 20 or 21-year-old Djokovic, about, 15 years ago or something, that if he plays the current 36-year-old Djokovic, that 21-year-old will lose.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That he keeps on getting better. That it's really getting better in his game. And so they are really surprised. And with his win this year at the U.S. Open, he now has 24 Grand Slams.
Yeah, I knew it was in the 20s.
24. That means he has... I think whether he's broken the record or he has equaled the record set by somebody else a time ago, another woman some time ago, something court, I think. I forgot the name, that also has 24 Grand Slams
Okay.
on the women's side. But amongst the men, he is the clear ahead of everyone now.
Yeah, because he's
with
been a
24.
name for like the last like 15 years. So
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Definitely.
I'm surprised he
Well,
hasn't.
for a long time, it was him, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer.
Federer, yeah.
And then, no, Federer has retired now. Nadal is dealing with health issues.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's going to come back or not. But he being Djokovic, he continues to just go strong and strong. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's interesting. And for Coco Gauff,
yeah.
19-year-old, and
Yeah.
I was really excited for her that she was able to win. I watched the match. I saw the end of it. She was just crying. She was crying when the final point was over.
Yeah.
And no, she went. The crowd went to hug her dad, her mom, and later when they were speaking with her, she said she has never seen her dad cry. That's the first time she's seen her dad cry
Yeah.
when he was hugging her. So it's impressive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she made her debut at the U.S. Open. Was that 3 years ago?
About 4
Or 4
well,
years? I know she was like 15 or 16.
Yeah, she went pro
Yeah.
4 years ago when she was 15.
Okay.
I don't know if she made it to the U.S. Open that year because this is a Grand Slam. But
Yeah, because I just remember there was a year when she played Serena, and that was a big deal. So
yeah. Anyway, that is the world of tennis, I guess.
yeah, so I
Okay.
think we're gonna hop into the main thing, which is continuation on kind of this article we were going over, which is future tech products that are going to change or currently changing the world. Because I think a lot of these are probably out already, or within the next few years will be out. So this one is called eye replacement implants. So this is like fully bionic eye implants that allow people maybe who are blind in one eye or both to have a digital camera that transmits to the brain, so they can see.
Oh, really? So this is not for eye correction. This is actually for people who have lost all kind of sight in their eyes.
Yeah, as far as I know, it
Wow.
says bionic eye implant.
Okay. So it's not like a replacement for glasses like we're wearing or
No,
something
well,
like
I mean,
that?
for that they already have LASIK.
LASIK,
so
yeah, I
that's
guess.
already a thing. So I think it's mainly for people who have probably partial or just fully vision loss.
Okay. That would be something that would be impressive to do.
Yeah, and it says the retina is able to receive the electrical impulses that use the optic nerve as a conduit to send to the brain a signal that helps restore the ability to see shapes and movement. So I'm guessing obviously it's not going to be as clear as like your actual eyesight, but it's still something to be able to see.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, actually, it says it's for people who suffer from specific eye diseases, not blindness. So
okay.
you can't. As of now, it doesn't look like you can be completely blind.
Okay.
So
how expensive is this thing? This eye thing?
so what I'm seeing here is saying $4,000 per eye. And like I said, they said it's only for specific eye diseases. So you probably have to have some sort of vision already, and then that helps enhance certain things, I guess.
Wow, 4,000 by eye. Well, I guess honestly, I think there's a saying that the eye is the light of the body. I think. No, if your eye is not working, your whole body is in darkness. So I think even at $4,000 per eye, if it can restore some kind of sight for people, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, and even 4,000 doesn't even seem like that much considering how expensive healthcare is in the U.S. I feel like 4,000 per eye isn't. It's still pretty expensive, but it isn't anything crazy. And I guess.
Well, is it the eye itself that is 4,000, or is it the whole thing with the procedure of putting it in?
I think it's the procedure. It says the bionic implant procedure, as it currently stands, costs close to 4,000 per eye. but it's still only effective for those who suffer from specific eye diseases.
Okay.
So
Well, that means it includes both the eye and the procedure.
yeah, so
That's
the cost
interesting.
of everything.
Be interesting to see that one and see. And I'm guessing also, I think it says something here that it's there's a low tech version, and you said something about just to see movement. It's not very clear, right? But I'm thinking with you just talk about the new iPhone 15 and probably a better camera or something.
Yeah.
No, with all those kind of development in optics, some of those may eventually be used for something like this, where you will actually be able to pick good, see as good as a normal eye will be.
Right.
So that will be interesting to see.
All right. So the next one is wearable screens, which when I think of this, I just think of a smartwatch. But it looks like it's more involved than that. So it looks almost like a bracelet that projects a screen onto your the back of your arm,
skin. Okay.
that you can actually interact with. So it's like touch screen, and you can scroll as well.
It's very interesting. Is this actually available now? Yeah, it says now on sale.
On sale. So yeah, I guess it's currently available. On the screenshot I'm seeing here, it looks almost like it's some sort of Android based operating system.
Okay.
I wonder how it senses like the touch though, because it's projecting onto your arm and then you have to scroll. So there has to be some kind of sensor somewhere to detect that. It says the screen is sensitive to pinch, swipes, and taps, all in the same way as a smartphone. Only it's projected onto the user's arm instead of being made of glass or taking the form of what was once thought to be a stereotypical mobile phone.
That's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's working already. If it says it's already available, it's now on sale. What's it called? Secret bracelet? Something like that.
Yeah, secret bracelet. And it's for only $300, which is either the price or a lot cheaper than some phones now. So
that's interesting. Is it so? What's the functionality of it? Is it? It says wearable screens. So what will you be seeing on the screen? Will it work completely like a smartphone or what?
I don't know. Like I said, the screenshot just shows like it seems like it's an Android-based OS. So they're showing someone pulling up the weather. So if it's Android, everything Android is capable of. I would guess it's probably not like a cell phone. I don't know if they have some sort of cellular antenna or microphone in there. But I mean, still, it could probably still have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and maybe all those other things.
Yeah, if you can talk through it, you'll probably definitely have some Bluetooth connection. Unless you go around, talking like this.
Well, I mean, people do that if they take phone calls like on a smartwatch or something. I've seen that before.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's
but yeah, I mean, it definitely saves space because it's like the size of a bracelet, and then it just like projects onto your forearm. So
that's great. All right, look like the next one is smart fridges.
Smart fridges.
So what exactly is that?
Yeah, so I know I've seen a couple of these. I think it's mainly Samsung that have done these. So a lot of them have built-in touchscreens on the door. That has a grocery menu app and full connectivity to other smart home devices. So the current one is the Samsung Family Hub 6.0 that runs the full Android operating system. So it can operate like SmartThings or other smart compatible apps as well.
So does that mean it knows what's running low inside the fridge, and then will it automatically place an order to the grocery store for you?
I don't know. I think I've heard something like that. I know I've seen. I don't know if this one specifically says it. I've not seen it here.
Actually, this one says it can be operated through the Smart Things app on a tablet or smartphone. So he actually connects to a mobile device
Right.
and maybe helps you to through the app to place an order or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he alerts you to the fact that maybe you have no milk or low milk or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen some of them that have a camera, so you don't have to open the fridge to see what's in there. So I don't know if this one specifically has that as well. I would imagine it might, but I have seen that before.
Okay, that's interesting.
All right, so moving on to the next one is 5G network.
Now, why is that a thing?
What?
I say, why is that a thing?
Well, I mean, we're already, a lot of mobile networks use 5G already, but it's still in the, I feel like, because when they were bragging about 5G, when it was first coming out, they're saying you could get like hundreds and hundreds of megabits per second download or upload speed, but it still has to do with because I think the 5 gigahertz frequency has like a longer wavelength, or no, it has a shorter wavelength.
Yeah.
So it doesn't pass through surfaces. Because I know I watched a video on this like maybe a year or two ago of someone who tested it, and he was standing right next to the like 5G antenna, and he got like pretty good speed, but he moved maybe like 100 feet somewhere else, and it was like almost half or less than way less than half of the speed he was getting. So at that time, I know it's probably getting better now. Even just moving to several hundreds of feet would change a lot of the speed, the speed time.
Okay. So it's just about making the current 5G better. Is that what it is?
Yeah, just having, I think, stronger signals. So they'll probably have to have better antennas that can project better signals around. So, but alternatively, they said it's about 20 times faster than 4G. So
Okay.
I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know what the typical speed for 4G was, but that'd be something to look into. So this one, I'm not even sure if it's technology, but it says living in concrete. It says living concrete,
Living concrete.
not living in, living concrete. So concrete that's able to heal itself, allowing carbon dioxide to be absorbed from the atmosphere, causing regeneration of the concrete.
It's able to heal itself. So if there's a crack or something,
Yeah, I'm guessing if there's some sort of crack or some sort of break within it, it's able to heal itself here. Then the next one here is smart toothbrushes. So I don't know if I've heard of this one. I've heard of electric toothbrushes that just turn on a motor that helps brush your teeth, but I don't know what smart toothbrush would be.
this is saying that it's a smart series of electric toothbrushes that are able to track each and every brush stroke that the user takes via an app, and if programmed, to send the brushing information to the user's dentist.
So it basically just tells you how well you're brushing your teeth, I guess.
I think so.
I don't know if most people would want their dentist to know.
How they are brushing, but they said it doesn't only track the data for the dentist, it also gives their users real-time advice on how to be more effective and more efficient at brushing.
Yeah.
Is it available already? It is currently in stores.
Currently in stores, and then it looks like Oral-B Smart Series
$130.
brushes, yeah. So Oral-B is like the big brand for toothbrushes, so.
It's interesting. Yeah, this next one seems interesting. This heart monitoring clothes.
Yeah, so it says heart monitoring clothes. It's led by smartwatches, Fitbits, and now smart clothing. So they're thinking within the next 3 to 5 years, the wearable tech industry will be worth up to $70 billion.
I think that may be very useful to people. Well, heart monitoring clothes. So it's close to where that monitors your heart. I'm guessing this is what it is. So that means athletes. Sometimes you hear stories of athletes while they are in training. Practice or even during the game, they have cardiac arrest or something like that. So maybe this is supposed to be able to monitor the heart and be able to alert the doctors to what's going on if something is going on.
Yeah, and it's basically just like a dry fit T-shirt that you're able to put on, and then it has like a little circular thing that goes over where your heart would be. So I guess it's more accurate because I know a lot of watches and smart tech can detect your heartbeat just depending on like the arteries through your arms and stuff. But since that's directly over your heart, and it says there's a bunch of nanotubes that are able to maybe provide more precise information on irregular heartbeats and stuff.
And it looks like it's also already on the market. It's already available.
Right. Yeah, it says the average smart shirt costs $300, which I say is not too bad for something that could potentially save someone's life. Which, and especially for athletes, I could easily, like you mentioned, see that being something that could be implemented.
Yeah.
So this next one I'm seeing is 3D printed food. So I heard of 3D printed like cases and things like that, but this one has actual 3D printed food. It says it can print cookie dough, cheese, chocolate, and much more.
Well, here's the thing about this 3D printing thing. There's a material that the thing is using to print, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So 3D printed food, I'm thinking definitely the material they feed into the printer is edible material.
Well, yeah, it'd have to be.
It has to be.
It's probably the same ingredients that you use for the food, especially if it's like something like baking goods. I don't know if it'll print it out and then you still have to bake it, or somehow bake it as while it's printed it out, or something like that.
Because they said this one is able to print cookie dough, cheese, and chocolate.
So the machines themselves, they said they're around from 1,000 to 5,000 for the machines and that's probably not even taking into account, like you said, ingredients that you need to put in, and then maintenance and all that stuff would be a lot. Okay, this next one's called Li-Fi. So basically, based on technology used for optical networks, Li-Fi was introduced. It was designed to send data using light spectrums, thus transmitting using light instead of radio frequencies.
Okay, so it's another. It is light is kind of optics based something. That'll be much faster than radio frequencies.
Yes, is the ability to transmit up to 100 gigabytes per second. So expect this to roll out sooner rather than later. And it doesn't give much details or how it's going to be implemented. I know it says it was a German professor of mobile communications. So I guess maybe they want to implement it in mobile phones or some sort of cellular use, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like technology is really, there are all kinds of leaps and bounds now. And it looks like, electronics is kind of the driving force behind many of these technological breakthroughs. You're seeing different things from now going from radio frequencies to Li-Fi, lights and optics.
And the next one, I don't really care to talk about is smart toilets. So I think we could maybe just skip past that one. I don't know if I care to know how that's being implemented. But the one after that is personal wearable air purifier.
Air purifiers?
Yes.
So you purify your own air? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So, I mean, they have like those air purifiers that will purify a room. So I know they already have those now, but these are like smaller ones. And the picture I'm seeing here, someone has like something around their neck that I guess is able to purify like the air probably between like their face, something close.
Actually, that's kind of interesting because with COVID and everything that is going on, if you have a purifier that can purify the air around you, COVID is transmitted through the air. If somebody sneezes COVID particles into the air or something, and you have a air purifier, maybe you may be able to purify your own air before you breathe it.
Right.
And hopefully, maybe take COVID out of it.
Yeah, and it says it's proven to eliminate 99% of viruses and bacteria, including COVID-19.
Oh, okay.
I think the issue with that, usually I think when people get sick or how things are transferred is usually from like surfaces. So if you like touch something and then a lot of people, you touch your mouth and face.
Touch your nose, yeah.
So even that air will definitely help, but it might not reduce the amount if you're still constantly touching your air and touching things. There's still germs everywhere. So, yeah. But it's definitely able or helpful, I would say. And this last one, we can probably end it after this, is VR you can feel. So virtual reality, I know there's been a lot of stuff with like gaming and things like that for VR. So basically it looks like people have strapped on like some sort of palm gloves and things. So it's a 6x6-inch silicone polymer that sticks to skin and has 32 tiny vibrators. Near field communication tech is able to transfer data from the VR program to the polymer. So imagine playing a video game and feeling a pinch on the shoulder when the character's shoulder gets hit or has capability.
So that means you have to wear the thing on your body?
Yeah, so
it
like seems like almost something you wear, maybe like a shirt or something along those lines.
Okay.
And then it has like the silicone that can be able to transfer those.
Interesting.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think when I'm playing a game I want to feel what's in the game. But
yeah,
it could be.
I don't know
cool.
if that's a good idea. So you feel a pinch if somebody hits you or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, was there anything else we wanted to go over?
I think that may be enough for today about what future technologies, tech products that may change the world. It's actually very interesting when you see the kind of products that have been developed. You know, every time you will think technology is evolving so much or has evolved so much that you start wondering, is there anything new that's going to come out that we're going to be able to see? And yet, we have all these incredible engineers, developers, and people who are researching some of these things to bring all this product. It's just, I think it goes to the ingenuity of the human mind and how creative and innovative we are. So that's it's really impressive to see.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been another episode of Crisp, the podcast. As always, give us a like on YouTube, rate us on Spotify and Apple, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time. Thanks for joining us.